Did you miss us? Well, we're ready for another round of the Meiji Yasuda J1 League. Another match week, another chance for Kashima to take a crack at first place. Can they make it count this time? Let's get things started right now then on the J1 League Goal Zone. Before we get there, here's a look at a rearranged game between Tokyo and Nagoya. Goals continued to be hard to come by for both sides as they played out a 0-0 draw, each team's third straight game without a goal. The best chance of the night came in the 53rd minute when Kansuke Nagai hit the right-hand post with Lungarak stretching out on the turf. Diego Oliveira's shot at the open goal thundered against the crossbar. Tokyo's third consecutive draw keeps them 6th in the league on 15 points, while Grampus moved past Consadole into 12th. Just 7 matches to go this week then. 4 sides already completed their games and were on AFC duties. Nagoya on the road again, this time to play Jubilo. Kyoto, looking to move up the table, had Avispa on their schedule. The Antlers were in Osaka to play Cerezo for a chance to jump into top spot. Kicking things off in Iwata, the hosts came into this one on the back of a cup win over the weekend. They were sitting just outside the bottom 3 of the league. Jubilo had only won once this season so far, and although Nagoya were having trouble finding the back of the net, they would still be tough to beat. Shazan Haq has your commentary.
Lovely move, and that's a decent save, isn't it? Again, not much of a backlift. Leo Silva doesn't score many. Just 24 goals in his career. That spans almost 300 matches in Japan. That was curling away from the goalkeeper. Actually did quite well there, didn't he? But he's got a huge frame. It's a good save, isn't it? From the 28-year-old Alexei Kosolev. The last couple of seasons they finished 5th, and the season before that 3rd. They also won a tournament. Oh, that is close. Well, that's a great chance, isn't it? Matsumoto with the first real opportunity for his club today. Nice little turn, let the ball run across his body. Just allowed him that little bit more space. That's curling just wide. It's brushed ever so lightly against the post, it looks like. Oh, it's managed to find its way in. Looking across at the assistant. Oh, and he has now. He did have a long, long look at the assistant there. So interference with play. Clearly, Didamori was very, very much offside. 3 minutes still half-time. 0-0 between Jubilo Iwata and Nagoya Grampus. The only J-League match today. Well, that's a decent ball. Empty net. Instinctively puts it in. Mateus doesn't need a second time of asking. And thankfully this game has got its goal. It was a delightful ball. Spotting the run there, Leo Silva, of the wing-back Morishita. Really good work by Silva, Morishita, and then finished off. Oh, Gonzalez gets the attempt on goal. Rose up well, but Mitch Langerak equal to the task. From Australian international, does well. Oh, it's made its way in, somehow. The man, Yuki Otsu, has come on not too long ago. Oh, and that's why you have a player on the post, but you've got to say, didn't really do his job properly, did he? It came off the post. Perhaps you'd say that's a bit hard to stop it from Kei Asento. Jubilo Iwata probably deserve it. Look at them, probably going for the win now if they can. Oh, it's the second goal! Within seconds of scoring the first, and it's the same man again. Yuki Otsu has completely turned this game around in less than a minute. Well, you talked about the intent. You've seen it for yourself. Jubilo Iwata are jubilant. What a way to turn this around. Took a deflection here. The shot just a bit too slow in closing him down. Well, well, well. Yeah, that took a nick, didn't it? You'll have a better, maybe a better idea of it here. But it seemed to take a nick off Maruyama. That took it past Mitch Langerak. And now perhaps finally Nagoya have not been at the races in the second half. And look at that reaction. Why not? Yoshida with the throw. Referee now will blow the whistle. It is a fine win for Jubilo Iwata, who have done it late on. And it's from the same man, Yuki Otsu, who's come on late and got the goals. It's Jubilo Iwata 2, Nagoya Grampus 1.
The draw specialists in the league, Consadole, were up against Shonan, a side who'd recently managed their first win. But the visitors were still sitting in the relegation zone and had a lot of ground to make up to get ahead of the bottom pack. It was Hokkaido, though, who came desperately close to opening the scoring. Just 7 minutes in, Akito Fukumori from the dead ball, coming back off the upright. But Shonan, with that winning feeling from the week before, would make a game of this one. Yusuke Sagawa squaring the ball to Shuto Machino, his left-footed drive comfortably saved by Takanori Suguena. Still goalless midway through the first half and some intricate passing from Hokkaido. Lucas Fernandez playing a 1-2 with Gabriel Xavier. Fernandez shot, though, denied by Koseitani's legs. Now into the second half and a goal worthy of breaking any deadlock. When the corner is cleared, Daiki Suga takes a touch, lets it bounce and lashes that one home. Now looking for a second goal just after the hour mark, Javier and Suga making the ball do the work, and Tani playing the role of sole hero here to keep the score at 1. But as we all know, Shonan know very well what a draw looks like, and looking for the point here in the 84th minute, it's Naoki Yamada with the shot from the edge of the box, saved with no particular difficulty by Sugueno, and Sapporo get their first home win of the season. Over in Shizuoka, Shimizu were winless in their last 6, and they now came up against the Sanfrecce side that were on the back of a 4-game unbeaten run. A win would see the visitors move into the top half of the table. It took 15 minutes for the first decent chance of the game to unfurl, and it was an ambitious one from 35 yards. Ronaldo. Thiago Santana unable to put the rebound on target. Just seconds later, and Sanfrecce take advantage of some sloppy play in midfield from the home team. But when Junior Santos unleashed his shot, it was across the face of the goal. 3 minutes later, and Shimizu got the opening strike of the game. Rion Yamahara with a pinpoint cross to the far post. Thiago Santana timed his run perfectly and headed home. Looking for a second 8 minutes before the break, Yuito Suzuki steals the ball in midfield. He lays it off to Santana, who, looking for his second, can't find the target. Into the second half, and Sanfrecce threatening an equaliser. Hayato Araki attacks the corner, but can't keep his header down. 2 minutes after that, though, and the Shimizu defence overwhelmed by Sanfrecce players marching forward. Yoshifumi Kashiwa's cross, and nobody picked up the run of Tsukasa Morishima, who finds the equaliser. But with 20 minutes left, Shimizu would take advantage of Sanfrecce's poor ability to keep possession again. Katsuhiro Nakayama sends the ball into the penalty area, and Santana is on hand for his second goal of the game. Desperate times then for Sanfrecce, 15 minutes left to get that equaliser. The outswinging corner is nodded on at the near post, and Tsukasa Shiotani's header comes back off the crossbar. 11 minutes to go now, and another Sanfrecce corner. Makoto Mitsuta with the shot, stinging the palms of Shuichi Gonda. The rain continued to fall, and with 10 minutes left, Sanfrecce continued to rain corners in on their opponents. This time, Sho Sasaki gets his head to the ball. It's saved by Gonda, but Yoshifumi Kashiwa tidies up the rebound. So we're all square with 7 minutes to go. Oh Se-hyun with the chance from distance, tipped over by Osako. And finally, Sanfrecce looking to steal the points in the 5th minute of time added on for stoppages. Kashiwa takes the ball down on his chest, but can't get the shot on target. This one finishes 2-2. A hard-fought draw, and Sanfrecce extend their unbeaten streak to 5. When we come back, we'll head to Osaka to see if the Antlers made their way to the top of the table. Stay with us. Welcome back to the J1 League Goal Zone, your one-stop footballing shop for all of the top highlights and goals from across Japan. After a weekend of cup action, it's back to business in the J1 League. On the island of Honshu, high-flying Kyoto were on a 2-game winning streak and enjoying an impressive start to life back in J1. Their opponents were on the back of a 4-match winless run, and having just won once all season, the home team looked to have the advantage. And they were looking to make it count inside the first 2 minutes. A fiercely struck rocket from Shohei Takeda, striking the woodwork. But Avispa refused to take that as a warning sign. Coming forward here in the 12th minute, a superb left-footed ball into the box from Jordi Crew finds Yuya Yamagishi, and he directs that header into the goal. Just 5 minutes later, and Jordi Crew's confidence was there for all to see. A left-footed attempt from almost 40 yards, just clearing the crossbar. 8 minutes left in the first half, and some super work from Peter Utaka. He threads the ball through to Kazuma Nagai, who had been standing in an offside position, and that one doesn't count. The second half was a much quieter affair than the first. And it wasn't until the 84th minute that Kyoto had their best chance for an equaliser. Kosuke Shirai gets the ball over from the right-hand side, and with the goal gaping, Daigo Araki can't quite get enough on it. Avispa take all 3 points. Staying at the top of the table, we head to Kashiwa, with the home team sitting just outside of the top 3. Reysol had seen a blip in recent form, taking consecutive losses, and now had Sagan in town. The visitors, with only 1 loss this season, would most certainly be looking for maximum points. It was closing in on half an hour before the first decent chance of the game generated the first goal. The long throw-in finds Akito Fukuta, whose back header finds Fuchi Honda, who makes it 1-0. Seconds before the break, Sagan would get their second. Yuji Ono plays in the dead ball, and it actually bounces before Masaya Tashiro sneaks that one over the line at the far post. Into the second half, and Kashiwa looking to get back into this one. Yuki Muto jinks his way ahead of the defender, but rather scuffs his shot. No trouble at all for Park Il-gyu in goal. 6 minutes later though, and Kashiwa were back in it. Muto drives the ball across the face of the goal, and Mao Hosoya, who's just standing in an onside position, pulls one back. Would Kashiwa now get the equaliser? Hosoya with a dipping effort, parried away by Park, and Muto blazes the rebound over the bar when it seemed easier to score. Just past the hour mark now, and Sagan Tosu looking to increase their lead. From the whipped-in free kick, Hwan Seok-ho's header hits the crossbar, and Diego can't really get hold of the rebound. But only 3 minutes later, a clean strike from Akito Fukuta after Honda had pulled the ball back to him gave Sagan a 3-1 lead. And then they wrapped things up with 8 minutes to go. Fukuta, who at first looked as if he was going to try a shot himself, placed the ball beautifully onto Nanase Iino's head. That's 4-1 to the visitors, their first away win of the season. Having missed the chance to top the table previously, Kashima had another opportunity in Osaka to put themselves 2 points clear of Kawasaki if they could manage a win over Cerezo. Would Cerezo's defense be able to contain the Antlers' attacking duo of Ayase Ueda and Yuma Suzuki? Here's Shazad Haq.
Oh, it's a clear run here and an easy goal. First time of asking Kashima Antlers score. And it is through their captain, Yuma Suzuki. Just an easy nod into an empty net. And question perhaps to be asked of Kim Jin-hyun, the goalkeeper for Cerezo Osaka. Well, the defending was not great here. Look at them all standing off. It was far too easy. Just had all the time in the world. Yuta Matsumura watching this rather than being in the thick of the action, but that is an easy finish, isn't it, for Yuma Suzuki, who's now scored 4 this season. Come forward again. Cerezo Osaka, they had actually put the pressure on earlier. Not the greatest of balls in from Yamanaka, still alive here. Cerezo! Shot from Harakawa. Just getting that away, Nakahara. Oh, it's a free header, and it's another goal! Free chance, I should say. Well, that is just too easy. And they have been pulled apart here, Cerezo Osaka. Matsumura with the goal at his mercy. It's a delightful ball from the man who scored earlier, Yuma Suzuki. Well, this is very good stuff from Kashima Antlers. Holding onto the ball quite well at the moment. First time. Just trying to stroke that one in. Mutsuki Keto. Yeah, not easy to do. Yamanaka putting that into the mix. Fairly straightforward there for Kwansunte. Why not have a little bit of go? Riki Matsuda. Oh, lots of space on that right-hand side. Matsuda, can he make it? He can. Puts the cross in. Sekigawa was in the way. Now trying to lead a counter. There's Ayase Ueda. Cheeky attempts, it's on target from Yuma Suzuki, but Kim Jin-hyun is equal to the task. Takahara's playing on the right-hand side. Is there a handball shout? There's a couple of shouts there. It's hit the woodwork. His first touch of the ball, the youngster. There's a chance for this young man. Well, we won't see the handball there. He did well to curl that. Can he finish off? Oh, that's a really well-taken shot. Ato Kaike, his first goal this season. Had a bit of time and picked his spot brilliantly. And that secures all 3 points. Really nice goal from the Brazilian. Here's Mendes, still working hard. Arthur's doing his bit, and he gets the last touch, perhaps fittingly as well. It's another fine win for Kashima Antlers. Final score here at the Yodoko Sakura Stadium is Cerezo Osaka 0, Kashima Antlers 3.
Yeah, about the result and the game, I'm very happy. They made a great job today. And we were very efficient at the beginning with the two first goal chances we scored. And it helps a lot, but they played with the weather conditions very well because it wasn't so easy, and I'm happy for everybody that we won that game. First, it's better to celebrate the 1000th game with a win, for sure. And second, that's nice to see the ranking today, but I'm coach. I'm only focusing of the next game, and that is more important than the ranking because it changes sometimes every weekend. But for the moment, it's a nice view, and we have to go on, keep going on, and try to win also the next game.
Wrapping up the match week in Tokyo, the capital side came into this fixture having just won once in their last 7. Against the Gamba side that were on a similar poor run of form, this one was anybody's game. In the pouring rain, FC Tokyo came out firing. 7 minutes in here, Adilton lays the ball off to Shuto Abe, but his shot clips the crossbar. It was a while before Gamba had a chance of their own. Hiroto Yamami's curling effort, not quite curling enough. 3 minutes later, and from the corner, Enrique Trevison's header hits the crossbar, and quite how Adilton's rocket of a shot got through all of those bodies for the opening goal is anybody's guess. 4 minutes into the second half, and here come Gamba looking for an equaliser. Kosuke Onose gets to the byline. The ball eventually falls to Dawan, whose effort cannons off the woodwork. Moments later, at the other end of the field, Kuryu Matsuki lets fly. Jun Ichimori gets an important glove in the way. Come the 65th minute, and come perhaps the goal of the week. Diego Oliveira steals the ball, and then Leandro shows tremendous strength and tenacity to unleash that shot from distance, and Tokyo go 2-0 up. 13 minutes to go, and some hope still for Gamba. Leandro Pereira from outside the box, but he can't quite find the target. In Gamba's desperation to get forward, Tokyo win the ball again. It's 2 players against the goalkeeper, and although Leandro finds the back of the net, this one was ruled out because VAR saw that Nagai had won the ball unfairly. There was no surrender in this Gamba side though. Jiro Nakamura playing the ball through to Pereira, who didn't seem to have been wearing his scoring boots on this occasion. One final chance for them in the 89th minute. A deep corner finds Pereira once again. But this time Jakub Sloik just keeps the ball from going over the line. Tokyo take this one by 2-0. Match week 10 results for you then. Jubilo went 4 unbeaten with their latest 2-1 win against Nagoya. First win at home for Consadole, while Avispa picked up a victory on the road against Kyoto. Reysol were no match for Sagan as they were blitzed 4-1 at home in Kashiwa. The Antlers did their job and celebrated their 1000th J1 match with a 3-0 victory over Cerezo. The win also propelled them to the top of the table, and Kashima now sit 2 points clear of Kawasaki. Tokyo continued their impressive run and moved into 4th, level on points with the Marinos. Kashiwa suffered their 3rd straight loss and dropped a spot to 5th on 16 points. A win for Avispa sees them move up to 11th, while another good showing from Jubilo takes them further from the drop zone, and they're also on 11 points. Shonan and Vissel are both still wading in relegation waters, with Kobe the only side yet to have won a game so far. That wraps up this episode of the J1 League Goal Zone. Thanks for keeping it here with us. More of this coming your way in a few short days. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.